to make you stand up. Stand up now. You want to get this ripping battery?
Just it.
Ever faced a person and thought to yourself how insufferable they are? Here are some incidents that would make you feel the same. Dealing with certain individuals can be incredibly challenging. Some people seem to have a knack for making every interaction a struggle. Here we have some incidents where people are acting in a way that's very selfish and stubborn. These Karens are not listening to what the police officers are saying and they're not cooperating with them. Instead of being calm and trying to solve the problem, they're being rude and difficult. From arguing over expired coupons to demanding refunds for half-eaten food, these Karens are on another planet, literally. But instead of just being annoying, they're downright hilarious. Who gets into a shouting match over the last bag of potato chips at the grocery store? Apparently Karen. Check out this first incident of a woman named Katie who was involved in a situation where the police were called because of a problem at her home. Even though the police are trying to talk to her and figure out what happened, she's not being helpful at all. She's refusing to give them her information and she's arguing with them instead of trying to explain what's going on.
Stand up and turn around.
No!
Yes.
No! No!
I'm going to make you stand up. Stand up now. You want to get this ripping battery?
Just it. I'm saying off. You stupid.
In this conversation, the police officers are trying to talk to Katie about a situation at her home. They are asking her questions and trying to get her information. But Katie is being difficult and not cooperating. She keeps telling them to leave her alone and refuses to give them her ID or answer their questions. The officers try to reason with her, but she continues to be uncooperative. Did the officer end up arresting Katie? Eventually, they inform her that there is a warrant for her arrest and they try to arrest her. However, Katie resists and refuses to comply with the officer's instructions. They try to calm her down and get her to cooperate, but Katie continues to resist, which ultimately leads to her being arrested. She claims that one of the officers hurt her face and demanded an ambulance. The officers assure her that they will get her medical help, but Katie continues to be upset and uncooperative. She accuses the officers of not caring about her and expresses frustration and anger. Despite the officers' attempts to calm her down and offer assistance, Katie refuses to cooperate and becomes increasingly agitated. Next up is a woman named Jessica who was pulled over by a police officer for dangerous driving behavior. The officer suspected she was impaired and noticed an open bottle of alcohol in her car. Jessica became impulsive and refused to comply with the officer's requests. She resisted arrest and was ultimately taken into custody. Jessica's incident began with a routine traffic stop, but it quickly escalated due to her confrontational behavior. The officer pulled her over for dangerous driving, suspecting she might be impaired. Upon approaching her vehicle, the officer noticed an open bottle of alcohol. This made things more suspicious than it already was. Jessica's response to the officer's questions was defensive from the start. When the officer asked her to step out of the vehicle for safety reasons, Jessica adamantly refused. She insisted on making a phone call and demanded to know why she was being stopped. The problem got worse as Jessica started to push back physically. She wouldn't do what the officer said and struggled when they tried to hold her. More police came to help, but Jessica wouldn't listen. She kept saying she didn't do anything wrong, even though the proof said otherwise. In the end, the police managed to control Jessica and arrested her. She got in trouble for driving drunk, fighting with the police, and driving without a valid license. It's like watching a sitcom, but it is real life, and you can't help but laugh. Sure, it's probably not the best idea to be high and cause a scene in public, but you can't deny the entertainment value. Sounds crazy, right? Now check out this next clip of a dude. So basically what happened is that on October 19th, 2023, police went to a place where people said there was trouble. They found a young man who said someone hit him. The police tried to figure out what happened. The man said someone hit him with a bag, and he got mad and hit back. Then the police talked to both guys. One guy said the other started it, and the other guy said the same thing. The police tried to arrest one guy, but he wouldn't listen. He said he didn't do anything wrong. He got upset and yelled at the police. They tried to calm him down, but it didn't work. They had to arrest him because he wouldn't stop yelling and fighting. Even when they put him in the police car, he kept saying he didn't do anything wrong. He thought he was the victim, but the police didn't agree. They arrested him for fighting with them and having drugs. He didn't listen to the police even when they tried to talk to him nicely. He kept yelling and getting angry, which made things worse for him. Finally, this dude being arrested was very upset. They kept saying they didn't do anything wrong and asked for their phone. They argued with the officer, saying they were the victim and shouldn't be arrested. They questioned why someone named Aubrey wasn't being arrested instead. Even when inside the police car, they continued to argue and claim innocence. They also made threats saying the officers were in for a rough time with them. Despite being told to calm down, they kept yelling and didn't cooperate with the officer's questions. You can check out how he managed to behave at the cop's office. Why was he arrested? He got charged with resisting arrest, battery, and having stuff he shouldn't have, like drugs. Yes, tough luck, dude. If you think that clip was annoying, try watching our next clip. Here is this drunk lady at the airport acting like a spoiled kid. She keeps saying annoying things like, "Are you done?" and "Stop touching me." So this happened around 2 years back. On February 8, 2022, police went to an airport because a lady was causing trouble. She was drunk and couldn't get on her flight. The airport staff was worried about her because she was too drunk to fly safely. When the police got there, they found a lady named Julie acting strange. They asked her for her ID and tried to help her find her things like her wallet. But Julie wasn't making much sense. She said she had been drinking Bloody Marys but hadn't eaten anything. The police tried to talk to her, but she wasn't making sense and kept saying random things. They wanted to help her, but she kept acting difficult. Eventually, they decided to arrest her for being drunk in public. Even after they arrested her, she kept being difficult. She resisted when they tried to search her and argued with them. The police tried to calm her down and help her, but she wouldn't listen. She kept causing problems even though they were trying to help her. Next up is this dude who got randomly pulled over for speeding. So this guy named Walter was driving his car and got stopped by the police because he was driving fast and passing cars illegally. When the police asked him questions, Walter started acting really rude and aggressive. Check out how he behaves in this.
On camera, I will that motherfucker.
Walter, you gotta stay back, man.
There you go, man.
I don't like it when people get close to me.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay. I like my personal space, you know?
That's a good thing because I can kick you in the face right now.
Okay, well, you probably shouldn't do that.
Well, I'm a 4th degree black belt.
A 4th degree black belt?
I can put my foot above your head.
Wow, that's pretty agile, man.
Don't piss me off.
I'm saying I couldn't do that.
Well, I can.
I'm almost 30 years old, and
I'm 67 years old.
I can barely sit down without my back popping.
I can kick your ass and him too, and drive off, but I will not do that.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, Walter.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, well, thank you.
And I can kill that dog too.
Okay.
He had been drinking and had some marijuana in his car. He even threatened the police officers and said mean things to them. They tried to arrest him, but he kept being rude and threatening them, saying he knew people who couldn't hurt them. Eventually, they took him into custody, but he kept bragging about being tough and dangerous. They asked him to take a breath test, but he refused. He kept acting like he was better than the police and even compared himself to a character from a movie. Then finally, we have a Karen who was driving and got stopped by the police. She started acting weird and wouldn't listen to them. Check out her behavior.
Are you gonna hang out here at Walmart the entire time, or are you gonna leave? Karen. Karen. You turn the music down, we can talk. I'm gonna give you some options.
She was playing loud music and wouldn't answer their questions. The police thought she might need help because she was acting so strange, but she just kept acting rude and yelling at them. They tried to get her out of the car, but she refused and said they were hurting her. She kept making demands and wouldn't cooperate with them. And guess what happened? She got charged with making a fake emergency call, being disorderly, not listening to the police, and having drugs. So what did you think of this video? Let us know in the comments if you've met an annoying Karen in your life, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more. See you in the next one.